When I was playing, we didn't come in here. We had everything done at the stadium or at our practice facility, wherever we were at. And so all the media training, all the media conversations, all that took place at a totally different place. And so, but as the game evolved and you don't come to the Super Bowl, now you get a chance to walk down Media Row and deal with all those different conversations and everything else. It's completely different. I kind of like this side of it because
better than winning Super Bowls?
not better than winning, but I kind of like this side since I'm not playing any longer.
Right.
I kind of like this side because I get a chance to see former players and get a chance to be involved in a different part of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes kind of Super Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, you know, setting the scene for people here, it seems like walking around, you know, you get to see guys that you probably see here every single year, like a fraternity almost.
It is like a fraternity to some degree, but you have new players walking the floor, like Jaden Daniels and other players, that new guys that you see on television don't know who they are, but you get a chance to meet them up close and personal and see their response when they see you. And do they really remember you? Because it's been like 20-some odd years, 30-some years since I played, but having that counter interaction with these young men and just seeing the different side of the game is kind of cool.
And is this kind of the first place you get to see some of those young players here in Super Bowl week?
Pretty much, because I don't go to many games. I watch them on the television too as well. But the games that I do go to, I don't necessarily walk over to the visiting team side, but I may see them on the field before the game or something like that, doing pregame and all. But here, if you're not in it, you're walking the floor. And if you're walking the floor, I'm going to see you at somebody's party. If I see you at somebody's party, then great, we interact, we talk, PA parties and stuff like that. So there's a lot of activities that goes on around the Super Bowl itself that if you're in the game, you don't get a chance to experience, but outside the game, you get a chance to experience a lot.
It's its own life.
It is.
The week of the Super Bowl for you.
Yes.
Is it something like you block this off every year? You have to come back every year? How many years have you been coming now?
I've been coming back probably since I retired in 05, and every year is something different because I do represent various different types of products, whether it's tequila, whether it's NARCAN Nasal Spray that I'm here with now, and or if it could be Tableau or something like that. But for the most part, I am walking the floor, bringing gifts, having conversations with people like yourself and others, interacting and talking about the game from a different perspective. People want to talk about my Dallas Cowboys all the time because of the things that we're going through. So
a lot of things.
It's a lot of different conversations.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So let's talk about NARCAN. You're here with them today, and you have a personal connection to it.
Yeah, my personal connection with this is, first and foremost, I lost a teammate in the late 90s to an overdose, and he was a very great friend and teammate, and he was a great offensive lineman, and miss him to this day because of just something as simple as an overdose. And I call it simple, but it's a problem. And it has grown to become a much larger problem today because of fentanyl and other things as well. And it doesn't just necessarily affect athletes, it affects everyone on the planet because you don't know when and where you may need help or when you might be in a position to help someone else. And so with NARCAN Nasal Spray, we have a saying, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And that's why we call it Ready to Rescue campaign. But here in New Orleans specifically, when you start thinking about the overdose or the opioid overdose at the highest level, when you start thinking about the national average has come down. But here in New Orleans, the average is higher than the national average, and it's steady rising. So New Orleans, I'm here to try to help you help someone else that might be in need.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is really personal to here and everything like that.
And personally to me, not only did I lose a teammate, but I had a sister-in-law that was dealing with cancer and had to go through chemo and was on certain kind of medication. She got into a situation where she was dependent upon the medication and ended up having a couple of opioid overdoses episodes. And so going through that with her and watching my family having to deal with those kind of things, it was different. Yeah.
It's interesting, too, the media row aspect of it, that you get to come here, talk to a bunch of people about products that you care about. And for this one particularly, and a lot of your other partnerships, they're not just you here this week talking about it. You're partners with them for a long time.
I have been partners with them for a long time. With NARCAN and I, we go to college football games. We do the same kind of outreach program at college football games. We've done it a number of different times this past year, about 3 or 4 times. And if my schedule would open up a lot more, because I got a son that's playing college ball, so I like to be at his games a lot more. And so, but for the most part, we're sending a message. It's not just for the Super Bowl, it's throughout the course of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. And last year's Super Bowl was in Las Vegas, and you recently opened a restaurant there. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I opened up a restaurant called Emmitt's Las Vegas. It's right there on the Strip, across the street from the Wynn Hotel, in front of Fashion Show Mall, right there on the Strip, between Palazzo, Wynn, Fashion Show, and Treasure Island. We're right underneath the Capitol Grill, and Benihana's right there on that side. And so if you're in Vegas, or if you're traveling around and you find yourself in Vegas or somewhere close to the area, please stop through Emmitt's Las Vegas, have a drink, order something to eat. We have great tomahawks, great sushi. We also have tremendous butter cake. We also have great sides, whether it's mac and cheeses and all kinds of stuff too. So we're there to feed you.
Yeah. Well, why am I hungry right now at 9 in the morning, for this tomahawk steak?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds great.
The tomahawk is pretty good.
Yeah. So, when you're deciding on your next business venture, what are the things that you go through in your head when you're deciding?
One, is it a niche opportunity, or is it something that could be transformative, or can I truly make a difference in this particular area that may be lacking someone that brings something different to the mix? And so, and then after that, it's about the financials. What are the demographics that we're going to serve? And then the financials of the demographics. And do we have a product that caters to the lifestyle of that demographics? And then who's the competitors?
Yeah.
How much of this market share can we gain? Can we gain any at all? Is there enough market share growing in this area that makes sense for us to be here? And if we had to advertise, what are the advertising? Let's put the financial budgets together and everything else. Now let's talk about employees. How many employees would we need? And what's the cost and everything else? So it's a lot of different things that goes in the mix before I actually jump in.
Yeah, it's definitely, and you're invested in real estate and construction.
Right.
What is your favorite sector?
You know what? When you think about real estate and construction, they're kind of one and the same. You can buy land and never build anything on it. That's okay. But if you buy land with the intent on developing something, you're going to have somebody from a construction company come in and do it. So at the end of the day, they kind of work hand in hand. And when you add in solar energy to the mix, all those things, new modules, new lighting, new this, new that, even solar panels on the roof, and backup battery generators and everything else, all those things kind of play together in the context of real estate and real estate development.
It's really smart. You got it on both sides.
Well, vertically integrated. Let's call it that.